In other words, emotions can move from one person to another through words, facial expressions, gestures, tone of voice, and behavior. Therefore, emotional management cannot be considered only as an individual matter. If I learn to manage my emotions, the benefits may extend to my family. If a teacher learns to manage emotions, the benefits may extend to students. If a manager learns to manage emotions, the benefits may extend to an entire organization. This creates a feedback mechanism. My emotional condition influences you. Your emotional condition influences me. And our combined emotional conditions influence the environment in which we live. Conclusion. So, what have we established in this introductory discussion? We began by recognizing that emotions and their consequences have a major influence on everyday life. We then considered emotional intelligence and the 5 components identified by Daniel Goleman: self-awareness, self-regulation, internal motivation, empathy, and social skills. We considered the growing interest in emotional management in both the West and the East, and the discussions that have taken place between Western scholars and Eastern thinkers. We also identified an important gap. Modern approaches may not always provide sufficiently practical methods for an ordinary person. While ancient Eastern approaches are sometimes regarded as being intended mainly for monks, saints, or people seeking higher spiritual development, the purpose of this series is to examine whether a practical approach can be developed for ordinary people living ordinary modern lives. The methods discussed will be based on ancient practices, but they will be presented without religious flavor so that they can be considered by people of any religious background or by people who do not follow any religion at all. We have also seen that emotional management does not mean eliminating every negative emotion. Some emotions, such as fear, can have an important protective function. The objective is therefore not to destroy our emotional nature. The objective is to understand it, recognize its useful and harmful aspects, and learn how to manage its consequences. Most importantly, our emotional lives do not affect us alone. They affect our families, our workplaces, our children, our friends, and society as a whole. This is why emotional management deserves serious attention. In the talks that follow, we will go beyond the general discussion of emotional intelligence and examine the underlying principles in greater detail. The ultimate question will be a practical one. Can an ordinary person living an ordinary modern life learn to manage harmful emotional reactions more effectively? That is the question this series will attempt to explore. Thank you for listening.